All right, Sean. The next question is the question I get the most is how do you get rid of bad reviews and why can I do it myself? Well, first of all, for most part, we don't get rid of bad reviews. We just bury them with positive stuff. And because a lot of those review sites consider themselves being impartial, so they will not touch it. However, I recommend also that every one of the offliners signs up with what's another thing? Prepaid legal, business prepaid legal, so that you can have a lawyer at hand easily, and you can get them to draft for you a letter that you can keep and use when there's obvious slander or there's like obvious stuff that should not be said, defamation and stuff like that. And so that's not too complicated. Then you can send it to those websites, and sometimes they will consider taking it down. It's not a golden rule. It's a whole lot easier to bury it with positive stuff by systematically collecting reviews from happy customers. That's one thing. The second thing is the idea of again good reviews. That's great, but what we want to do is rank those reviews on the first 3 pages of Google for the name of that business. So when you go in Google and you type in Joe Plumber, Cincinnati, well then on the first 3 pages, everything that shows up is positive. So that's what we do essentially in review what's the other thing? Reputation management. We just make sure that we rank and dominate the first 3 pages with positive stuff and beautiful stuff. So
That's right.
So that's what the business owner cannot do himself.
Right, that's right, and that's critical because when somebody searches, they're going to go off of that surface amount of information that they're seeing, right on that first page of Google or the top of fold, above the fold, I should say. And so that's it's critical. So that's a two-part question. So the question is, and a lot of business owners do ask this: how do you get rid of them? Well, you don't. You bury them in sunshine. You may be able to in an extreme circumstance, like Jerome was suggesting, that you might be able to get certain reviews suppressed, but more than likely, you have to sort of assume and tell the business owner to set expectations appropriately that you're probably not going to get rid of it. If you get lucky, great, so much better. I know a company that actually took a Yelp reviewer to court and lost. So, I mean, they actually paid a lawyer. It didn't happen. So if you do that, congratulations. But it's really about handling it, burying it in sunshine, and making the business owner understand the reason you can't do it yourself is because you're probably not going to. And even if you do, you're not going to do it well because you're not a professional. You don't understand these issues like Jerome has raised about the visibility on Google and how to appropriately reply to not only good reviews but bad ones.
And another thing also is what we just mentioned is very crucial to understand that what we do is a long-term strategy. And does that plumber or that chiropractor or dentist or whoever, do they want to spend long-term time working on these reviews, monitoring all that stuff? No, because everybody knows what I've always said. Never ever do yourself what you can get others to do for you better, faster, cheaper. And that's basically what you need to tell your plumber, your client, or whoever. Say, you make more money by doing what you do versus doing it what you do plus doing what I do. Because when you hire me, which is a consultant, you can deduct me from your taxes. You cannot deduct your time and effort from your taxes. So for you, it's 100% loss if you do it yourself. With me, it's 100% gain if you let me do it for you. So that's essentially it also.
I love that. That's perfect. And it's so true. They should be doing what they do best, and that's what they make money at.
All right, so we won't be stretching this much further because I don't have a whole lot more to say about it. Besides, talk to them, explain to them that it's in their benefit to let the professionals do what they do. Just like a plumber understands that he ain't gonna go like melt copper and make tubes out of it. He's gonna go to the supply store and buy the tubes and then just hook him up to the toilet so that, is there any copper on toilets? I'm not sure. But anyways, you understand what I'm saying. They need to let the pros do what the pros do.
Well, and the other thing is, one last thing too, is you can just flip it back on them and say, well, what would you say to somebody who said that about what you do? The plumber. Why shouldn't I just go ahead and, redo my piping under my house myself?
And the plumber said, go ahead, do it, have fun. I'll watch you when you drown your poop. Okay, we're going to wrap it up.